In 2 Samuel 5, the Bible says that when the Philistines heard that David was anointed king, that they came against him. That whenever God elevates you, you have to expect some spiritual warfare. The enemy is not happy about it. And then David begins to pray and ask God, should he go and defeat the Philistines? And God tells him to go. Number one lesson on prayer: before you make a decision, make sure you pray about it. And number two, make sure you're hearing from God clearly. David had enough sense to know that, yes, I fought the Philistines before, but does God want me to do it this time? It's important, watch this, y'all, to seek God's will before you do something, rather than making a decision and then asking God to bless it. So many of us decide to do something and then pray for God to work it out, rather than praying to figure out what is God's plan that he's already decided will work out. So David goes at the obedience of God after he prays and defeats the Philistines. And the Bible says they come up again, and David does something interesting, something that we often don't do. He prays again to see, should he and how should he? Most times when we experience another problem, the same problem, we attack it the way that we did the first time. But sometimes God has a different way that he wants you to deal with it. Same problem, different answer. So David prays, and God said, this time, what I want you to do is go behind them. And when you hear the sound of the soldiers on the mulberry trees above you, that's your cue to go. So David not only had to pray about should he also had to pray about the how. Most of us just want to know, God, should I? But we also need to pray for the process. How do you want me to do this? Just because you did it that time, it doesn't mean it's going to work the same way the second time. And David had enough sense to know, before I do anything, let me talk to God about it. And sometimes in our impatience, we make a decision without hearing clearly from God and praying about it. Before you make a major decision, pray about it first, because you want to make sure you are in God's will. He is under no obligation to bless what we want, but he obligates himself to bless what he has decided, because God's will needs to be done on earth as it is in heaven. Did you pray about that before you made a decision? And next thing, did you hear God clearly to make sure it was him? Y'all pray today and get God's direction. Something to think about. See you later.